Tactical survival gear ain't your average camp stuff. These are military gear, built for when things go bad and keep getting worse. We're talking gear that's tough, reliable, and made to work under pressure, not just sit pretty in your pack. So, in this video, we'll show you the 10 tactical survival gear items you should actually consider. The kind of gear built to keep you safe and ready for anything. Updated price and purchase links are provided in the video description for your convenience. So, let's get started. Let's start with the Olight Warrior 3S. At first glance, it looks like just another high-powered flashlight, but this one's actually smarter than most. It pushes out up to 2300 lumens, which is actually bright, and has a built-in proximity sensor that dims the light automatically if something gets too close. That can be helpful, especially in tight spots. But here's the thing, it can also get annoying sometimes. The sensor is a bit too sensitive at times, and it'll lower the brightness even when you don't want it to. Well, you can disable it, but only if you remember to double-press the side switch within 5 seconds after it dims. Now, it's got both a tail switch and a side switch, so it works well whether you're holding it like a regular flashlight or using it in a tactical grip. The strobe mode is useful in emergencies or for signaling. It also shows battery and brightness levels around the side button, which is a nice touch. The magnetic charger is useful, but here's the downside. It uses a proprietary battery and charger, so if you lose those, you're kinda stuck. Still, with up to 55 days of runtime on low mode, it's a reliable pick for survival kits or any mission where light really matters. There's something reassuring about holding a knife like the EC6. It's got weight, strength, and that kind of no-nonsense build you'd want when things are falling apart. This isn't some cheap folding knife that's going to snap under pressure. It's full tang, solid carbon steel, and honestly, feels like it was made for tough situations. What really makes it stand out is the balance. It's heavy enough to chop through small branches, but still manageable for finer tasks like carving or slicing. The grip holds steady even when your hands are wet or freezing, and the sheath setup is reliable. Not flashy, but it works when you need it to. Now, the carbon steel blade does come with a bit of extra responsibility. It'll rust if you're careless. It wants maintenance. You can't just toss it in a bag and forget it for a year. But in exchange, you're getting a blade that holds its edge, bites into wood like it means business, and doesn't flinch under pressure. It doesn't pretend to be clever or modern. It just shows up, does the job, and sticks around long after the plastic junk gives out. If you're looking for something to chop, smash, or just plain destroy stuff in a survival situation, then have a quick look at the Tops 6-Axe. But let's not pretend it's lightweight or easy to carry around. This thing is made from one thick slab of 1075 steel. Not the usual 1095 that holds an edge longer. But the reason they've used 1075 is these are less likely to chip or crack, which makes sense if you're hitting hard stuff. Still, be ready to sharpen it more often. The blade itself is big, 5.25 inches, and there's a sharp spike on the back made to do serious damage. One hit from this, and you're not dealing with small problems anymore. The handle's long and covered in grippy black micarta, which feels solid in the hand and gives you good swing power. But yeah, the whole thing weighs almost 2.5 pounds. So it's not something you'll want to lug around all day unless you really need it. It comes with a leather sheath, but it's not made for wearing on your belt, just for covering the blade. You'll need to strap it to a pack or molly gear. Not super convenient, but it works. So, If you've got the space and don't mind the weight, this axe can be a good option. Alright, so here's something that's definitely built for serious use: the Ferro Concepts Bison belt. It's not just another tactical belt from the internet. This one was actually designed with help from special forces and law enforcement. So yeah, it's made to hold up under real pressure. The outer belt has a strong laser-cut thermoplastic core. That makes it stiff enough to hold your gear without sagging, but it's still lighter and thinner than most bulky belts. It uses standard moly webbing too, so you can add pouches, holsters, or tools pretty easily. The D-ring Cobra buckle keeps things locked in tight, and the inner belt sticks to it using Velcro, quick to put on or take off. But here's the downside. It's not the most comfortable belt to wear for long hours. That stiff core? It can dig in a bit if your gear isn't balanced right, and if you're not already using moly stuff, it might feel like more belts than you actually need. Also, it's on the pricey side compared to simpler setups. Still, if you want a lightweight, low-profile belt that won't fall apart when things get rough, the Bison belt might be a great pick. If you're putting together serious survival gear, you'll need more than just a flashlight or knife. You'll need something that protects your lungs and eyes when the air turns dangerous. So let's check out the Mira C21. This is a full-face gas mask made for real threats like chemicals, smoke, or even nuclear fallout. It's not some toy or cheap knockoff. It meets strict safety standards used by first responders in Europe. It covers your whole face and comes in 3 sizes, so you can actually get a good fit. Plus, you can choose the filter mount on either side, depending on whether you shoot right or left-handed. The big lens on the front is tough. It won't fog up easily, and it works with rifles, scopes, and even glasses. Inside, it's designed to keep carbon dioxide from building up too much, so you don't feel lightheaded after wearing it for a while. Now, there are a few things to consider. It's bulky, not the easiest thing to carry around, and it's definitely not cheap. Also, there's supposed to be a feature that lets you change filters without breaking the seal, but that part isn't out yet. Still, if you're serious about staying safe in worst-case scenarios, this mask is one to look at. So, this one's kind of a classic, the Gerber MP600. If you've served in the military, chances are you've seen one, used one, or lost one somewhere in the dirt. This thing has been issued to troops for years. Now, you might really like that part of this multi-tool, the one-handed plier opening. Sounds great, right? Well, it can be handy if one hand's busy, like holding a rifle or something, but honestly, it's not always super smooth. Inside the handles, you get 13 more tools packed in: blades, different screwdrivers, a saw, a file, can and bottle openers, and even rulers. The build quality is solid, made in the United States, and it's got these carbide cutters that you can rotate when they wear down, which is a nice touch. Plus, it's got an NSN number, meaning the military can easily reorder it if needed. But, yeah, it's not perfect. For one, there's no bit driver slot, so you can't swap out screwdriver bits like you can on some other tools. The handles have a bit of play by design, which some people don't love because it makes the tool feel a little loose. Well, let's talk about the ESEE Advanced Survival Kit. This one's not the average type of kit. It's built by Randall's Adventure and Training. Yeah, who've actually done survival work in rough, remote places. It's been designed to cover the big 5: shelter, fire, water, rescue, and navigation. You get a tough Cordura bag with backpack straps, and it's loaded, and we mean loaded, with gear. Fire starters, a signal mirror, a compass, duct tape, water bags, even a Victorinox knife and a full ESEE 4P survival knife. There's rope, a carabiner, a headlamp, emergency blanket, and even stuff for minor rappels. It's basically a full survival setup in one bag. Now here's the catch. It's heavy. Like 5 pounds heavy. And not everything inside is compact. So this isn't something you'll want to carry on a light hike. It's more of a stash in your truck or keep at base camp kind of kit. Also, a few items feel a bit basic, like the wire saw or the pencil and patch. It's good to have, but you might swap some of it out for better quality stuff over time. Still, if you want a kit that covers almost every survival base out there, this one's hard to ignore. Just don't expect it to travel light. If you're looking for a survival pack that can carry just about everything without completely falling apart under pressure, then check out this Condor Orion Assault Pack. It's a 50-liter sustainment pack, so yeah, it's big. Maybe even too big for short trips. But when you're heading out for a few days or need to set up a base camp, the space actually comes in handy. What we really appreciate is the built-in second pack. The exterior compartment zips off and turns into a smaller backpack or sling pack, so you can haul all your gear in one go, drop the main pack when you set up camp, and move light for day trips or recon. That part's pretty useful in survival or rescue situations. Inside, there's room for larger tools or gear, plus tie-down straps to keep things from flopping around. The padding on the back and shoulder straps helps with long treks, though once this thing's fully loaded, it does start to feel like a small mountain on your back. And while it's hydration compatible, it doesn't come with a bladder, so that's another add-on. Well, it's a smart pack with flexible features, but it leans more toward heavy duty than everyday carry. Here's the thing. When it comes to survival or tactical situations, a basic Band-Aid kit just isn't gonna cut it. So, let's check out this North American Rescue Mini First Aid Kit. This thing is built for real emergencies, like stopping bleeding from gunshots, blasts, or serious trauma. It's not your average glove box first aid pouch. Now, size-wise, it's impressively small. About half the size of NAR's well-known torque kit, but still packed with the gear that first responders actually ask for. You've got a rugged nylon case with moly backing for vertical mounting, or a belt loop if you prefer it horizontal. And the layout? It opens clamshell style with 2 sleeves, giving you quick access to gear, including room for a tourniquet and gauze. But here's the thing. This isn't a beginner-friendly kit. It's made for those who know what they're doing under pressure. No instructions, no fluff. And while it's compact, that also means it won't carry absolutely everything. You've got to know how to prioritize what goes in and what doesn't. Also, it's not cheap, depending on which version you get. But if you want something small, tough, and capable of saving a life when seconds count, this one's worth considering. Now, a pen might not be the first thing that comes to mind when you think tactical survival gear, but the Gerber Impromptu Pen isn't your everyday plastic clicker. This thing was actually designed with input from law enforcement officers who pointed out something pretty simple but important. The tool that could save you is often the one that's already in your hand. And yep, a pen is usually just that. The Impromptu Pen has a tough steel body coated with Cerakote, so it's built to take a beating. It uses a write-in-the-rain ink cartridge, which means it writes in rain, snow, or even on damp paper. Not bad for rough conditions. There's also a built-in glass breaker at the tip made from tempered steel. So if you ever need to break a window, whether you're stuck in a car or trying to get someone out, this pen can actually do it. But let's be honest, it's a bit bulky as a pen. And while the push-button mechanism is solid, it doesn't feel as smooth as you'd expect at this price. Still, it writes, it punches through glass, and it's strong enough to double as a last-ditch self-defense tool. So that was our video on the 10 tactical survival gear you should consider. Let us know your favorite pick in the comments section, as we'd love to hear from you. And as for everything else, don't forget to like, comment, and share. And hit the bell icon if you want more content like this on your feed